And that, Sam, is why I will never ever watch football again in the bath.
Kyle, we've all
No, it was one of those moments, you know.
you know what, Kyle, I'll tell you what. I heard about making a splash, but that's something completely new to me.
Oh, that's excellent. But yeah, anyway, I think we should be moving on. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
We're in quite a jovial mood.
And why is that, Kyle?
Well, the World Cup's around the corner.
Exactly.
The season may have ended, but you know, international tournaments, always something to look forward to.
Greatness beckons.
Exactly. But what nation will hold the nerve?
Germany. And only Germany.
Just Germany.
Germany will win the World Cup.
You've said Germany the whole way through. I always say Germany, but I'm going Brazil.
Slow.
Slow.
Would have gone for mine. I got there first.
Yeah.
Always the bridesmaid.
Star player for Germany.
I'm tempted to say, do you know what? I'm going to go a little bit outlandish. I'm going to go for Werner, the striker. I'm going to have him. I think he's going to do it.
Banging in enough goals.
Yeah, that'll be. I suppose out of the Rio Ferdinand playbook.
Yeah.
Not the playbook, the phrase book.
I don't think he's done a piece on him though. I don't think he's done a piece on Werner.
No, not yet. He will do, and I think he'll feel a bit of a fool once
Yeah.
he does, and he goes, "Was that covered on the Two Deep Voices podcast?"
Yeah. He'll probably see it on recommended videos.
Yeah, or Instagram logo.
He should do anyway.
Diversified. Different channels for different, I suppose, users.
Are you saying we're different to Rio Ferdinand?
Well, look, Rio Ferdinand couldn't run an average podcast out of a kitchen in Birmingham, and I couldn't play at centre back for England, Man United, Leeds, West Ham. In fact, I probably could have.
I bet he knew that.
Probably pushed him on, spurred him on
I don't know.
to great things. Hopefully it'll do the same thing with me. And you could ride on my coattails.
I think I've been a knight in Shimanada.
Rio, if you're listening, we've both got deep voices, but that one, the deeper one, was Kyle Brooks.
No.
He's the one to avoid.
I can't believe he's edited that.
Leeds fan, so he's a bit bitter about the departure.
Doesn't make no sense because the listeners know that I'm an Arsenal fan.
Admits it. Admits it.
We've been building up to it.
Right, so, speaking of Unai Emery, why do you think Brazil will win the World Cup?
Squad's too good. Simple.
Yeah.
Squad's too good.
The squad is too good.
Strength in every position. I just think it's a lot of guesswork.
Who's their star player? I mean, who will be their star player? Neymar is their star player, but is he fit enough to be their star player?
I think he is.
I hope he is.
I think he's too good to not be the star player.
And they all know he's good. Did you see his goal against Croatia yet? Oof.
He's good.
That was a great goal.
He's really good. I don't know. I just think they've got the strongest squad. They've got Neymar.
Yeah.
You look at the best two players above Neymar. Ronaldo, Portugal have already had their moment in the sun. Messi.
Lukaku. Oh.
No, I mean like the best two players.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Lukaku.
Ronaldo.
Lukaku, Ronaldo. Yeah.
Apologies for this one.
You're doing the La Liga. Yeah. I've got it. Yeah. The Argentina boys.
Yeah.
Oof, good attack they've got though.
Good attack.
Who do you think will be top scorer?
Diego Costa.
Oof. You better take penalties then.
I think he's just going to have a good World Cup. I think he's going to get 4 goals. I think 4 goals will get it.
Oh, for God's sake. Right, I'm going on record. Costa won't score any goals.
Whoa! Someone's bitter.
Costa won't score a single thing.
Is it because he left the Prem?
I've always said about Diego Costa that he's got a little bit about him. You know? A bit of an edge.
He aggravates people, doesn't he?
He thrives off it. He's like the pantomime villain. And I've always said that.
Mm.
You know, he's not a Morata, which I've always said as well.
Would you say he knows what he's doing?
Yes. And I would say if you wind up Diego Costa, Kyle, you're going to get more than a little bit of what you fancy. And that's not a euphemism.
Ooh, Diego Costa and Sergio Ramos in one team? Ooh, a bit much, isn't it? Ooh.
I prefer a ball-playing centre-back. He is one, the fans will say.
Underrated.
That's what we can talk about. Ramos Watch.
Ramos Watch.
The Witch Hunt.
Yeah.
This podcast stands behind Sergio Ramos. Pray for Sergio.
Hala Madrid.
Yeah, je suis Sergio. That's what we say.
Yeah.
Didn't deliberately injure Salah. Not possible. You can't deliberately break someone's shoulder in a football match.
I don't know.
It's too hard. Slamming the door during a podcast.
Rude. I think it's odd how he lands.
Yeah. But I think he's trying to drag him down.
Yeah, that's definitely what he's trying to do. There's no way he's thought, oh my god, I can pop his shoulder out here.
I can break his shoulder.
In what? In an event that probably lasts all of what? 1.5 seconds?
Maximum. And that's without it in front of me. There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's a different story. That was the Champions League final.
Way back when.
Sorry, Karius.
Did it set the tone? Karius tellingly not selected for the German World Cup squad.
Ooh.
Would he have been otherwise? I would say no, you would say no, everyone would say no. Karius is going to be... It's going to be a tough one. But...
He just needs people talking to him. A bit of chatter.
Chatter, the pitter-patter of grey matter.
I don't know about all that, but...
Joe Kett. Joe Hart.
Where's
Absent. Conspicuous in his absence. Joe Hart will play for England again.
Some call being made here.
There you go. Not at the World Cup, he'll play once for England again. It'll be, you know, when they have those Live Aid matches.
Oh, right, okay.
When the guy from Kasabian plays it. But when he lobbed David Seaman,
Yeah.
Joe Hart will be in next for one of them.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah. Clarence Seedorf has played, and I've not got the stats in front of me, in every single charity match ever put on in football history. That, I think, is a fact. For anyone. Because, of course, Clarence Seedorf has played for every team.
Yeah.
In human history.
I don't think Figo's too far behind him, though.
Nah, Figo's played in
Figo always seems to be there as well. It's the same old names.
Yeah, Figo's always in it. That's true.
I bet Figo and Seedorf are the captains as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they were just the best. They're too good for him.
No, I'm picking Maldini. You had Maldini last time.
England
games. Oh, hold
How
on.
far will England get?
Out of group stage.
Maximum. First knockout gone. The round of 16.
I think so. Did you watch the game against Nigeria?
No, didn't watch it.
No.
I'm a bit of a superstitious man, Kyle. I never watched my beloved Three Lions before tournament time because I am lazy and I have better things to do than watch England in F3.
First half. Very impressive.
Goals galore.
Just good movement.
Cahill headed it in. Top corner. Just as I said he would.
Second half. That was a real thing.
It
That was a
was
real
good.
deal.
A test of their mettle, would you
Yeah.
say?
Something like that.
It was
It was a gentle reminder to the English public that we're not going to win the World Cup.
the Lions versus the Super Eagles.
Ooh.
Not American football.
I've always said Black Panther's my favourite Marvel film.
Yeah. Kyle's a bit of a comic book guy. He's a comic book fan first and a football fan second, I think, and an Arsenal fan third, I would say.
I'd say that's fair.
Wakanda
I
was the place in Black Panther. I haven't seen it. Too busy watching England. Figure that one out.
Leave it in the comments section.
Yeah, do, because you could bloody win yourself a prize if you do. A personal picture signed by Kyle Brooks.
Pen in hand.
That was the noise that you just heard there, listener. That was the click of a pen. I can't remove it because I've made direct reference to it on air.
One more for good fortune.
Clicking for good luck. Make sure it's good luck. There you go. He's clicking away. He's incessant. So much of that clicking. So players to watch in the World Cup. You've gone over who you think will be the star man. Who do you think will be France's star man?
We're doing...
They were good in the last Euros. So I'm intrigued to see whether France will... Because they've got much the same squad. With the exception of Payet. He's probably the most noticeable one.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think Pogba will shine.
No, I don't think he will. I'm not really sure what will happen to Paul Pogba now.
Strings to France's bow. Number 1, Varane. Ooh. Okay.
Different players.
Defensive minded.
One tall, one short.
Are we saying that France aren't just an attacking unit?
France are a great side. France's weaknesses are at fullback.
Yeah.
And if you believe the Premier League pundits, that's an incredibly important position. But I don't know if it really is. Who are Germany's fullbacks, for example? The team that will win the World Cup. Who are they?
Kimmich.
Rudy and Kimmich?
No one really knows, do they?
No. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes down. France... Well, I don't know. I mean, if you have Griezmann and Mbappe, and this guy Fekir, who's apparently, the best player on earth, be interesting to see how it goes.
You could say they'll be there or thereabouts.
Would you say Vive la France?
If they get to the semis, I will.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll say it on the podcast.
Say it on air.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll do the whole podcast in French.
Okay.
We'll do that. Expand to a new audience. If there are any of our listeners who do want that, email us at...
Leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments instead. Send us a message. Christ.
Just get in touch.
Connect. He's not lonely, but it's...
Yeah, it is the Matrix, huh?
Yeah, ones and zeros.
We're all doomed.
Whoa! Kyle, we're going to try and keep it light, yeah? We're going to try and keep it light.
Right.
What do you say?
Next team.
The next team?
Spain.
Spaniards. I am tempted to say Isco, mate.
Okay.
I think Isco's going to grow, mate. He's going to grow into it. I think, well, he's scored a hat-trick in not his last Spain game, obviously, because he played yesterday, but his last game before that, he scored a hat-trick. I would venture to say that he feels a little bit more... Well, he seems to feel a bit more trusted with Spain. Even though he probably won't start, he still seems to feel a bit more trusted with Spain than with Madrid.
Yeah.
So I would go Isco with a star player. I think Isco... do I see him being the top scorer? Yeah, let's do it. Let's say Isco top scorer. For Spain, not in the whole tournament.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong both ways, but it doesn't really matter.
It matters. It matters to the listeners. Well, fans.
David Silva. That's who will pull strings.
Here we go.
He rounds off his career. The Citizen.
If any of our listeners are familiar with the works of Walt Disney, you'll be particularly fond of Kyle's prediction.
More of a Pixar man.
Yeah, I could have told you that from the start. I know what you used to bloody do. The lamp. Replacing the letter I. Symbolic.
Did you watch much of City last season, did you?
Too bloody much of anything. Silver. Fraud.
Sam, bitter United fan. That's what you'll get from him.
Football fan, first and foremost.
Nope.
England fan.
Nope.
And probably a Cleveland Cavs fan.
Who do you see shining for England?
Someone weird, like Rose. It'll be a defender. It'll definitely be a defender. It'll be a defender because England will get clean sheets against Tunisia and
Panama.
And everyone will go, oh, well, England only won 1-0 and 2-0, but they bloody defended resolutely, didn't they? And a really strong performance from young Harry Maguire. It'll be something like that.
Do you know who I think will get it? Captain Hendo. He's not captain. Harry Kane's got it. Yeah, I know, but
He's
Henderson
captain
thinks he's
at heart.
captain.
He's my captain.
He's sad. He'll get it. He'll spray the ball 2 or 3 times.
The pundits do like Henderson, though.
Yeah, they love him. They love
Even
him.
when he was poor. What game was that now? Not Germany, was it? Oh, Italy.
Holland, I think.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
When he just kept putting it out of play.
Lamp it forward to Vardy.
Lamps. Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
County manager.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, it's a big bloody... It's a bit easy to be a bit pessimistic about these things. Like Steven Gerrard getting the Rangers job. But that is a massive job, isn't it?
They're big gigs.
It's a big gamble.
Yeah, to start off with as well.
Yeah, it's his first one. Yeah, I don't even know that he's coached. Sure, he's done his badges. Not cheap, that. Doing your badges.
I'm sure he's got the money.
Has he any more?
I don't know.
Squandered. If not, Zidane will lend him some.
Maybe
Bit of spare time.
David James can give him a hand.
Whoa. 2 hands. Firmly on the ball. Not like World Cup 2010.
Zidane,
Full
yes, leaves at the top.
For now. But does he leave completely? Or does Zidane come whispering back in? I know what's going to happen. Zidane and Wenger are going to make a joint venture. Selling fruit.
Zidane gets the France job. He leads them to European Championship and World Cup glory.
Wrong. The Disney man strikes again. Here's what's going to happen to Zidane.
Zidane goes down in folklore.
No, he's going to develop a drug addiction and a drink addiction because there's too much pressure being Zinedine Zidane.
There's
That's
not
what
anymore.
And he'll go and he'll work with Eric Cantona. They'll do like a book.
A
Like
sketch.
yeah, they'll do pictures together.
Yeah.
The Eric Cantona and Zinedine Zidane book, it'll be. But they'd probably draw each other.
Like something off the Titanic, maybe.
Yeah, and Zidane will go, oh, Eric, you can draw that chip I scored from the penalty spot. And Cantona will go, yes, brilliant, and you can do my chip against Sunderland. And Zidane will go, Sunderland? Which country is Sunderland? And Cantona will go, no, I'm talking about my Manchester United career. And Zidane will go, what about your friend's career? And Cantona goes, no, I never had one of those. Zidane goes, wait. I thought you were Marcel Desailly. Who are you? And he goes, Eric Cantona. He said, right.
This makes no sense, though.
No further questions, Your Honour. Then they stop talking. But they've made the book, which is fundamental.
How long would it be?
The book. How long's a piece of string card? There's the book. There's your book. 15 pages? 3 pages? Depends on the string.
More of a picture fan.
Pixar fan.
Now we've gone full circle.
The picture book goal. Speaking of the picture book goal, Gareth Bale scored it in the Champions League final.
Man, how did he beat Ronaldo's? How did he do it?
I prefer Ronaldo's. Because it went in the corner. And that's all I've got left. It went in the corner and Bale's didn't.
Yeah. Bale's dip, though, man.
And Bale's was in the final.
He dipped so fast. But Ronaldo's Ronaldo. So if he does it, it's enhanced.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
It's going to be... I think Bale's going to stay at Madrid as well.
Well, he's not going to United, is he?
Why?
We all know.
The Red Devils, not Belgium, the real Red Devils.
They're not really devils anymore, are they? They don't really pack a punch.
There's a new devil coming to town.
Wazza!
He's off to DC United.
Yeah, that's about right.
I think that's a bit of a shame, mate. I think he could have had a really good run at Shearer's record if he had another 15 seasons.
Ooh, meow.
No, he could have.
Christ, I didn't know you had that in you.
No, I'm saying how good Shearer was.
Recovered.
Kane will do it though.
No, you won't.
Wrong!
Wrong! Kane is off.
You're a dreamer. Kane's never going to do it because Kane's going to Madrid.
Ah, with Neymar.
Who cares about Neymar when you've got Harry Kane? Well, you call him Hurricane.
I prefer Harry Winks.
I think you once said the hurricane is blowing in Spurs' direction, didn't you? But that was more of a lethal blow. I think that was you.
Was that after the Juve game?
No, it wasn't a Juve game, it was the Huddersfield game. It was when he booted it with his left boot, didn't he?
The Terriers lack bite.
Yes. Yes, but the Spurs have got a spring in their step.
Okay.
Whistle while you work, I suppose.
While your wife works.
Wagner! Subversive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, at last. And that's why Phil Neville got the job for the English Lions.
The Lionesses.
They do the hunting. Which is why Phil got the gig.
Do you reckon Phil's happy with that?
Phil's over the moon with it. That's a big job. That is the... 1 second here. Just trying to think. 450th biggest job in English football. And he said it himself. You know, you've got all the England coaching jobs and then all the Football League and Premier League coaching jobs. And then you've got some executive roles in the FA. And then you've got... And this is not to disparage the women's FA or the Lionesses in any way.
No.
I suppose really it's perhaps just a bit of a prod at Phil Neville's comments after he got the role.
But I mean, that's the best that Phil Neville could have done. He couldn't do better than that, could he?
No. Apologies for any feedback that anyone's hearing. It's the cashew nuts behind the microphone.
Yeah, they provide you with protein. So,
and healthy fats.
got to keep it on board, haven't you?
Monounsaturated.
Stay healthy when you're on the road.
Yeah, do stay healthy. Actually, this podcast is sponsored by fresh water, fruit, and, for me, nut butter, which is a good one. Calorie dense, but no saturated fats, by and large.
Lean proteins.
Yeah. Low in sugar, low in salt. So thank you to our sponsor. If anyone does want to sponsor us. No controversial. We don't want fight milk, as an example.
This podcast was brought to you by Australian Honey.
Don't say the brand.
It's not the brand.
No, but don't say the brand.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, don't. That's going to edit it off. I'm going to edit that off. I'm not having his name on this. I'm sick of him.
Hello, freak bitches.
No, we've got our own thing. We've got our jokey thing at the start.
We have.
What's he got?
So then, ready? 3, 2, 1, cut.
I'm Sam Bailey, and this is how to stay healthy. Tip 1, exercise regularly. Tip 2, stop eating fucking biscuits. Listen, this is a public safety announcement. Okay. Kyle, is Buffon going to sign for PSG?
Buffon.
I'll stop you there. Maybe he is.
Buffon wants to play Champions League again.
He wants to say sorry to Michael Oliver.
I don't
That's
know
why
if
he
he
wants it. He wants an emotional reunion.
No, I think he's really angry at him. Like, I think he has murderous dreams about Michael Oliver.
Lucid dreams.
Oh, well, we'll get onto that one next week.
That could be a different podcast.
Me, I get him. But anyway, you guys don't want to hear about that.
You only worry about Buffon, right?
Oh, Buffon, he's played for years. Yeah, he has played for years, and do you know what? That's the chewing gum on the table. And
he's on about David De Gea, of course, who will eclipse Buffon over the span of his career.
You know, Buffon isn't winning the Champions League. If he's listening, he's had an absolutely insane career. Just go out now. He goes, oh, thank you, Kyle. I go, no, you're welcome. And I did watch the thing on Netflix where you said you didn't cry about football, but I think we all know there was an element of a lie there because I saw you crying on the pitch. But
Netflix is in no way affiliated with this podcast. Alright, I can't stress that enough.
no, I tell you what, even if Netflix came to me and said, "Oh, we really want to put you on Netflix," I'd say no.
I'd consider it.
No, you wouldn't.
We are not a
No,
package
you wouldn't.
deal.
No, you wouldn't, because guess what? I wouldn't be going with you.
Yeah, but the Rio Ferdinand thing's already shown that Kyle Brooks has got an appetite for you know what.
Self-destruction.
Crumble.
Oh.
And this guy would have an apple and strawberry crumble. Or apple and raspberry crumble. He'd have one of the two, and that's what he wants to tell you.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist as a crumble.
I think probably raspberry.
No.
With the custard.
Not an established crumble.
No, with apple it is.
No, not an established crumble.
Yep, absolutely.
No, apple and blackberry crumble.
You can put whatever you want in a crumble. That's the beauty of a crumble.
But yours is not an established one.
What do you mean by established? Who makes the rules on the crumbles then?
You couldn't go into Tesco and get an apple and raspberry crumble.
Who cares?
Or Morrison's.
Tesco.
You couldn't. Well, no. But if you didn't make it yourself, you couldn't get an apple and raspberry crumble.
Oh.
It wouldn't be there.
So what would you get?
Apple and blackberry.
Oh my god.
Apple and rhubarb. Or probably just rhubarb.
You're such a boring man.
But that's a real.
You're such a boring man.
But that's an established crumble.
Do I have to tell him the custard story? Do I?
Custard.
Making me do this on air. How dare you?
So that's the state of play with crumble. If anyone on there has ever heard of the following: apple and raspberry crumble, or chips and beans. Mythen Road residents need not apply. Get in touch with us. Drop us a line.
Yeah.
Reach out. Reach out without freaking out.
But the point remains, stay healthy. Drink your water.
Drink loads of. Really push the limits.
Put down the fizzy cans.
Uh-oh.
Now. Put it down. I know you're drinking it now, aren't you?
Oh boy. What if we get a sponsorship offer from Buzz Cola?
Oh. What if it's Mountain Dew?
What if we got to meet Danny McBride?
I'd have to take it, you know.
I'd say no, I'm holding out for something bigger and better. And I'd go, Monster.
I do this, I go, gorilla position!
Oof, gonna have to equalise that one. Gorilla position, that was Talk Sport.
And then the podcast would start.
Wrestling podcast.
We'd have to get rid of the jokes.
No,
Ah,
that's everything I stand against.
you couldn't sell your soul then.
I already have sold my soul.
We said we were going to keep it light, Sam, so let's keep it light.
To a retailer whose name we won't mention. It's irrelevant, alright? And it's not flaming Morrison's before you stop going on about Morrison's.
30 minutes in, what do the people want to hear?
What do they want to hear? I know what they want to hear. They want to hear a seamless blend of football and comedy. So what you've got for them is the Kyle Brooks Paul Merson collaboration podcast.
Yeah, it's something that's in the pipeline.
You actually did an interview with Paul Merson recently.
Yeah, I did. It
We'll cut to that.
It didn't go very well, actually.
He called you a racist, didn't he?
He called me a racist, and if I'm honest, Sam, he couldn't speak longer than 2 minutes without eating.
Wasn't that the socks thing with the socks?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He was a big fan of trainer socks.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, I could have seen that coming.
Yeah, I mean, I get along with trainer socks, but when you want to put them with Arsenal Crocs, then that's just a little too blue in for me.
Some of the things that you said that he was like saying about socks to me went slightly beyond the pale. It's one thing wearing socks, but I won't besmirch his good name on air, but those were questionable.
Yeah.
Not sexual things, but they were probably weirder.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you ask me, socks are worn on the feet. They're worn.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
They're worn on your hands as mittens.
That is conceivable. I would have to distance myself from that claim, certainly from a personal perspective. I've never done that.
But some of the things Paul was saying he uses these socks for, I mean, I had to leave the interview quite early, actually. It was getting a little too vulgar.
It was talking about the chamois, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was a chamois.
But if it's a sock, then it doesn't make sense.
And he was talking about washing the socks, and he was saying how the stains come out of the top.
But you see, that's the thing. You can always see those kinds of things coming.
Yeah.
Because I would watch Soccer Saturday, for example, and I would see Matt Le Tissier, who is, a guy who came from Guernsey, and scored 100 Premier League goals. So,
but what I think,
does he have to wear a tie?
Probably not.
I would say he does.
But do you think he has to do his teeth?
What do you mean?
I mean, come on, I'm using Listerine and mine are. Thanks, Mum.
No, if you are listening, Sharon, he's using the electric toothbrush.
I am.
That he got for his birthday.
Rigorously.
Do you feel as though that's made a difference?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I feel like my teeth have come on a lot recently. Just colour-wise, obviously. The disfigurement will always be there. I should have had a brace when I was younger. Couldn't afford one.
I think me and you take much better care of our teeth than what we have done for the past 23 years.
Less sugar intake.
Yeah.
Unless Monster come calling. And we can talk. Taurine. Ugh.
That's another thing with Paul Merson,
What, the sugary...
People just do not realise what he's packing in those bags at Gillette Soccer Saturday. Gillette Soccer Saturday? I've got to say Gillette, haven't I? They've done that to us.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's the best a man can get.
Well
and
done.
That's the fact. And if you dare say otherwise... well, you wouldn't say otherwise.
What about Wilkin?
How naive you are, Kyle. Let me tell you something about Wilkinson's sword. That's not the best a man can get. Demonstrably true, alright? No argument. Because all you have to do is join our little club. I can actually add in a reverb for that word.
That'd be good.
Club.
That'd be good.
Reverb after.
And so in the end, I took the pack of socks and I left the room.
His socks?
Well, they were his, but he hadn't used them. And trust me.
And finally, that makes a change. Because didn't you say it was the guacamole?
Yeah.
Well, he said sockamole.
Well, he did actually. But
which actually makes a lot of sense.
He's massively into Mexican food. Massively into Mexican food.
And I would never have thought that about him.
No. I think it's the sheer quantity of the Mexican food that he eats. It's quite repulsive.
Right. I suppose it's a big mix of things. You can have beans and rice.
They actually said to us, do you want extra guacamole for 80p? I said, definitely, but he wasn't just happy with that.
Right.
He wanted the salsa.
So that's 130.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
I would never have had him down as a guacamole man.
His speech is exactly the same.
So it's not an act?
No, it's not an act.
No.
I always thought it was. I remember seeing him on Soccer AM a couple of years ago, and I did think it was a gimmick.
Well, I thought he was like Tubes.
Yeah.
I actually thought he was Tubes' dad. I thought he was... Tubes had presumably been given a lift into the Soccer AM studio by his dad.
Yeah.
Tubes had... I'm trying to think. I think Tubes had gone back to the car to get... Was it his packed lunch? His lunchbox? And then his dad...
Dairy Lunchable, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it? No. Stackables.
It was the stackables with the ham. It was the ham, the circular slices.
Just out of curiosity, what did he do? Did he do the biscuit, ham, and cheese, or did he do biscuit, cheese, and ham?
It was the full gamut. It was biscuit, cheese, ham, cheese, biscuit.
Oh man!
But it carried on. So it would be biscuit, cheese, ham, cheese, biscuit, cheese, ham, cheese, biscuit. So it would be a double stacked.
So effectively, you see how wide he could get his mouth open.
Well, no, because he would put it in upright.
Oh.
Like a Pez dispenser.
So would he...
Do you know what I mean?
Would he get rid of it in 2 bites then?
No, he would do it in one, but he would sort of slide it down his gullet.
Right.
So he wouldn't chew it, he would slot it down.
Like foie gras.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yes, and that's, if our listeners are still there, do Google the practice of foie gras, because it really is quite a horrendous thing.
We need to stop doing this, really.
Yeah, to those ducks. Pescatarian.
But where were we? Yeah.
Well, it was the Tubes thing.
Yeah, the Tubes and Mercer.
Well, speaking of Tubes, foie gras. Tubes.
Nice.
Into the duck. But that is circling back, so the Tubes thing was that I, stupidly, really naively, had assumed that Tubes' dad had come running in with, it was an Arsenal lunchbox.
Right.
Which should have set off alarm bells, because Tubes isn't an Arsenal fan, but I thought he'd come dashing in. Oh my god.
Was he excited?
Yeah, he was visibly excited.
Was he sweating?
He was sweating. He
was he sweating from the excitement or the obesity?
Well, he'd run a few,
was it
100 yards.
No, I can't say that.
And it was hot. Hot
it
weather.
It was hot.
But it was his lunchbox.
Not good for a fat man.
No. Exactly. And it was his lunchbox.
Right.
Paul Merson's lunchbox.
Ah, it was Paul's, okay.
Yeah, so the stackable...
They were in Paul Merson's?
They were in Paul Merson's, but Tubes also would eat them. Not anymore though, because he's had health problems.
Would they share
Get well soon.
Yeah, definitely do, Tubes.
Can't stress that enough.
Would they eat them together? Or?
Well, no, because it turns out they weren't even affiliated.
Right.
They never met each other before.
So how did Tubes get hold of the lunchbox in the first place?
Well, that's the thing, it was a different lunchbox.
Right.
So I've seen Tubes running back in.
Yeah.
And he's sort of gone through the fire exit, and Paul Merson ran through probably 5 minutes afterwards with a lunchbox.
Was he running though, or was he?
You could tell he had been running, but his pace had certainly slowed.
Mm.
And he had the lunchbox in one hand, but he had no trousers on. So, so I assumed that he was running to get his trousers, but then he kind of ran through the door with the lunchbox, and then probably not 30 seconds later, someone ran through the doors again, but with Paul Merson's trousers in their hands. So he was running away from the trousers rather than in search of the trousers.
Ah, right. Okay, I've got you.
So that was my last birthday.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Did he say happy birthday to you?
No, he was quite arrogant.
Was he?
I made a point of mentioning that it was my birthday, and he went, "Hopefully, it's your last one."
Did he eat your food?
I didn't bring any exactly for that reason.
Well done.
Yeah.
Smart.
I had an apple in my pocket, but it was like I was just something about eating a warm apple.
Right.
Would never have a warm apple.
You'd
I'd
have
have
an
an
under
apple
attack,
pie.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, a cold tap. Well, I put apples in the fridge, and then I sliced them up. I'm not going to give away my tactic on the air.
Yeah, people will be stealing it.
Yeah, they'd steal it, and it's hard to monetise, so it would be a big thing, and I probably won't receive due credit.
Yeah.
And that's what the world is now. You've got to get your payday while you can.
Cuppence. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's enough about Paul Merson. I think we'll probably go into more detail about Paul Merson in following podcasts. But the interview was eye-opening.
I think the podcast should be called Alan Smith's Trousers because of the ankles.
Ankle swanglers.
Yeah, and that's a phrase that we've actually coined. But it was if he had trainer socks on, for example, that would have been a bloodbath.
Especially white ones.
Havoc. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd have to be brand new. Yeah. But even if they were brand new, you'd be looking and thinking, that's a pair of ankles.
The thing
He's not a young guy.
He could have wore Paul Merson's though. Because Paul Merson has such fat cankles.
Yeah.
He's actually stretched them.
They are, yeah. Wider.
So if you put them on Alan Smith, I'm guessing for the listeners, you've seen Alan Smith. He looks like a combination of Dracula and the bird from Sesame Street.
Yeah, Big Bird.
Yeah, they would have fit perfectly on his legs because they're very thin. And
he's a slight man.
He knew a thing or two about headed goals.
Yes, 2 former Arsenal players together again. Together at last.
Yeah, they could have been something together.
Well, I think it was the Arsenal way. But then with people like Arsene Wenger coming in, he just revolutionised the socks. Didn't
he did.
Because before, it was all about who's got the socks, and then Henri started pulling his socks
above the knee.
Yeah. And I think, to be honest, that was a watershed for football.
Yeah, I think along with the vapor boots, the complexion completely changed then.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I used to wear tape.
Did you?
Because Ronaldo did.
What, over the laces or?
No, it was on the ankle. It was like under the shin pad. But it kept coming unravelled. It's not as easy as you think.
What did that add to your game?
No, nothing.
No.
It was just a bit of white tape. It looked stylish.
Okay.
But I stopped because it's a waste of money. You know, my dad wasn't going to pay for white tape, was he?
Probably not.
What do you need white tape for? He used to really whack me every time I'd ask for that tape. He once taped my mouth.
Why, you Lil?
Yeah, and he was strangling me. So, God, it was a whole thing, whole ordeal.
We did say we'd keep it light.
Light-hearted, a bit of light content. I suppose the lightest thing in the world is probably air. What's your favourite air supply?
But can you really weigh it?
Can I weigh it or can you weigh it?
Well, can the human weigh it?
The average human probably can't. Doesn't have the means. Or the ambition.
The lightest thing. Don't know. Probably. What's the name of that Sky Sports presenter?
Kirsty Gallagher?
No, the little gremlin guy.
The Irishman?
No,
the
nerd.
I don't know his name. David? Is it David Thompson?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. But he's the lightest.
Julian?
No, I don't think it is.
Julian, the posh one. The one who...
Final!
Yeah, the one who sometimes does the evening Champions League roundup. He's got to pretend he's mates with Matt Murray and Paul Walsh. And who always does it? Tony Cottee. No, Tony... is it Tony Cottee? Yeah, it's Tony Cottee.
Tony Cottee does a lot of midweek games, doesn't he?
Yeah. Julian.
Julien. Yeah.
But I reckon we should do something like that podcast, whose name I can't say because it'll be obvious that I'm copying their format. But I think we should do Kyle and Sam's book club, and we just read books.
What, just nonsensical stuff that we've wrote?
No, they're real books, but we just give like wacky reviews of books. So we go through them, and you'll read a little passage of the book, and you'll go, "Heavy lies the crown," and I'll go, "Wouldn't have thought so." I think it only weighed about 100 grams.
Yeah.
And it'd just be a big...
I think that could work.
A big gag. Because then we would launch our burgeoning stand-up careers. But I just wonder whether we'd be a double act, or whether I'd go on to bigger and better things. Like a Baddiel and Skinner kind of thing.
Oh.
We could do the advert for the pension.
Okay.
Probably won't have adverts.
Do you reckon you're made for the limelight?
I think so. I think I am.
Really?
I think I am. I'm just too charismatic.
Do you think you've got the face, though?
Not yet. But in, I don't know, £25,000-30,000 I could have. You know, I'd get like a new head, forehead, smaller forehead. I'd probably get hair follicles implanted.
Yeah.
So I could grow a beard. Like a proper... Like a...
You wouldn't want a Pires, though.
A straight one. No, Pires, I could do Pires. And no disrespect to the great man, but it's not really enough, is it? I'd probably go for the Henri. You know, the straight line.
Yeah, I know.
That would cost more than 30 grand. Maybe 100,000, and then I could do it. But for now, you've got a podcast, get radio in, yeah? Save up the money. This is what they all do. Save up the money while you're earning on the radio. Get plastic surgery done. Show up to your BBC interview grinning. Hello. I'm here for the interview. And they go, holy smokes, is that what your face looks like? You sound great, but you look awful. And you go, no, you should have seen me before. And they see a picture and they go, Christ, yeah, you know, I'll tell you what, you can present the slot next to Paul Merson.
Yeah.
I go, Paul, I didn't mean any of that stuff that Kyle was saying about your ankles. I was trying to keep it.
No, cankles.
Cankles was that was the medical term, wasn't it?
Can be if you want it to be.
What's a bunion? That's like a swelling.
It's like a bulbous additional part of your foot.
Whereabouts is that? On the top or the bottom?
Bottom here.
Oh right. Does it happen? What is it from rubbing?
Can be quite painful. Yeah.
Bunion.
You have to get it surgically removed, I think.
Sliced off. What's it made of? Fat.
Don't know.
Tissue. In it.
Probably.
Swollen tissue. Get yourselves checked out.
Yeah.
Another PSA.
I've got to go take a leak.
A leak. Uh-oh. Okay. Now this is no problem. So, listener, have you ever noticed that dogs and cats are so different? So dogs, on the one hand, have accepted their lot. Dogs go, hey, listen, it's all good. We've been domesticated. We don't need to go and hunt anymore. We're just doing our thing. You know, there's no pressure on us. There's no need to pretend to be the apex predator around here. Even though I could rip this human to shreds, probably. We won't go into that. Cats are not quite as accepting of their fate. So a cat refuses to accept, in the same way that a middle-aged man who used to go to football matches and fight refuses to accept that he's not quite the alpha male that he used to be. A cat refuses to accept the inevitability of evolution. So a cat will go, no, I'm going to go out there and start hunting these birds. And you'll see the cat. And then it's just prowled. It's Cat Stevens himself.
How are we? What were we on about there?
It was just the cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Because you were always a fan of cats, weren't you?
No, you're the cat man.
More of a dog man.
No, you're the cat man.
I
don't
love all animals.
Be tricked by this guy. This guy loves cats.
I like all animals. Cats,
no,
dogs.
You love cats.
Frogs.
You're a cat guy.
I would never have a cat.
You'll have a cat in your flat one day.
No.
And you'll have one of those little sandboxes for it.
A litter box?
Yeah.
Well, you would have to if you had a cat.
You would as well.
I know, but that's basic cat
But you wouldn't
rights.
train your cat.
No, you can't train cats.
Nah. You give up too easy.
They're not as obedient as dogs.
To you, maybe, son. Not to me.
No, but it's just an evolutionary fact.
Huh?
Dogs are just far more obedient naturally than cats.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
I could teach it.
What would you teach it?
To do its business outside, like a dog.
And get killed?
What, the cat?
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Ever heard of a cat burglar?
Good riddance.
Good riddance, you've paid for it.
I haven't paid for it, I've stolen it.
Impossible.
I've stolen it off you.
Impossible to steal a cat.
How?
How would you steal my cat?
I'll just yank it out whilst it's still a kitten.
From where though? Where am I living?
Flat.
Why do we live in different flats?
My made up scenario.
How far apart do we live?
3 miles.
There's the cat's going to die. It's going to try and find its way home.
Exactly.
But it won't be able to.
No, it'll go across the highway.
Why would you want that? I'm out looking for that cat for hours.
Hello, Silver!
Jim Diamond. I'd probably call it Jim Diamond.
I'd call it Button Boone.
No, that wouldn't make sense.
It would to me, though.
It wouldn't make... No, but it's too many syllables.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't be saying 3 syllables every time to shout your cat.
No, you wouldn't. Maybe just Bussin'.
I would call it... Probably something a bit more light-hearted. Malcolm or something. Mittens? No, Mittens is a bit too cattish, isn't it?